According to Uswitch's ranking, Disney World Magic Kingdom has earned its spot as the world's most eco-friendly tourist attraction. Thanks to Walt Disney and the Disney Imagineers' efforts to reduce the parks' carbon footprint, they more than deserve this spot. Disney has always been committed to the environment, and as Bob Chapek, the Chief Executive Officer of the Walt Disney Company, said, "These goals focus on key areas of our business where we believe we can have a significant lasting impact and make a positive difference in protecting our planet. But how can the eco-friendliness of the Disney parks create a positive outlook on the environment for future generations worldwide?" One of these goals is for Disney to produce 100% zero-carbon electricity for the direct fares globally by 2030. By reducing the parks' carbon footprint, Disney can help to slow down the effects of global warming and preserve precious non-renewable resources. Between 2013 and 2019, Disney saved over 300 million gallons of water by using recycling plants to reuse the water for different purposes around the parks. Disneyland Paris is the only European theme park to have its own wastewater treatment and recycling plant. At the Shanghai Disney Resort, Wishing Star Lake has its own water treatment plant that recycles and purifies water. The water from Wishing Star Lake is also repurposed to be used to irrigate the surrounding plants. At Disneyland in California, the park has partnered with the Orange County Water District, so almost all water that is used at the park is diverted to the groundwater replenishment system, where the water is purified for residents in Orange County to use in their homes. Along with recycling, Disney tries to reduce the amount of water used in general. The parks are covered in drought-resistant plants and are irrigated using a drip irrigation system that can detect leaks and cut off the flow of water. In addition, at some parks, the leftover water is used by janitors to clean the parks and to create amazing sidewalk water art. By finding new ways to reduce the amount of water wasted, reuse the leftover water, and recycle it for new purposes, Disney is able to protect large bodies of water with aquatic environments and protect drinking water resources, along with saving money without the need for a water supply plant. Along with water, Disney Parks is avid about conserving non-renewable energy sources. All 5 steam trains and the Mark Twain Riverboat at Disneyland Resort use biodiesel fuel, which comes from the leftover cooking oil in the kitchens. This reduces the need for oil drills. Lighting at almost all the Disney parks around the world has been converted to energy-efficient LED lighting. At Disneyland Paris, the park uses a geothermal energy facility which uses the natural underground heat and steam to power the theme park and resorts, located at Villages Nature Paris. Disney also relies heavily on solar power, in other words, solar panels. At Disney World and Epcot in Florida, there is a massive solar farm containing 48,000 solar panels conveniently shaped in the shape of a Mickey. The solar farm was made in partnership with Duke Energy in a 15-year agreement that allows them to operate the farm on Disney's land in return for powering Disney World. In total, Disney owns 292 acres of solar panels just at Walt Disney World. During the building process of Future World, or Epcot, offices were created with solar panels as their roofs, and Energy Pavilion opened with its own self-sufficient power plant. Along with solar energy, jet engines were used to burn natural gas, and the leftover heat was used to chill water for air conditioning. By finding new ways to get energy to power the parks, Disney is decreasing its carbon footprint and contributing to the slowdown of the global warming. But that's not all. Disney is also conscious of the environment's living components, like trees. Disney has planted over 9 million trees worldwide. At Hong Kong Disneyland Resort, there are on-site wood chippers that handle waste which is turned into organic mulches for the park, and there's also a food waste recycling program. Disney Cruise Line has done a ton to benefit the well-being of the environment, like reducing the amount of single-use plastics, from plastic straws to toiletries to shopping bags. The environmental program on the ship has also eliminated more than 6,400 tons of metals, glass, plastic, and paper with recycling, and removed more than 31,000 pounds of debris from beaches and waterways. By using multiple-use items and reducing the amount of waste on beaches, Disney has enormously impacted the environment and set it up for a brighter future as a thriving ecosystem. During the building of Disneyland in California, the need for a large amount of trees arose when landscaper Bill Evans was tasked with creating a lifelike jungle. Evans saw an opportunity to obtain trees for free, and he took it. Evans removed full-grown trees from the path of bulldozers in advance of the I-5 freeway expansion, and was able to save those trees from being killed by repurposing them for his jungle project. But this method wasn't the only way he obtained trees. Money was tight in the development of Disneyland, and they needed to save money in any way that they could. According to Alice Davis, costume designer and fellow Imagineer with Evans, he would put ads in newspapers down in Orange County and around it that anyone who had a big tree they didn't want in their yard anymore would gladly come and take it out. Evans was able to save money on buying new trees and also prevented unwanted trees from being cut down and left in some sort of landfill. At Future World, or Epcot, Land Pavilion is home to one of the world's largest greenhouses where scientists grew plants without soil called hydroponics. Tony Baxter, an Imagineer that worked on Epcot, said, "If the Magic Kingdom is fantasy made real, Epcot is reality made fantastic." These Disney parks have largely increased the chances of the environment to thrive and live longer on a global scale just by choosing to convert to cleaner alternatives and be conscious of the consequences of using plastic and other non-decomposers. By creating such a large impact on the environment, future generations will look upon the world in a positive light and, hopefully, continue the chain of protecting our environment.